Hidden behind 10-foot granite walls, there's an oasis in Jersey City.
We had come up here because I wanted to teach some kids to fly cast. A set of parents here and their son was this kind of precocious fishing kid, Brendan, and John was over here at the time, and he stood here for like 40 minutes fishing with John, telling him all sorts of stuff, and John just kept on catching fish and letting him reel them in. See the size of this? Wow, this is the biggest one I caught all day, John.
Look at the size of this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's big. He's got these beautiful, okay. I'm gonna leave him in the water so he can breathe. This is such a cool place. John and I are just giddy about this.
This would be a great place for kids to learn, actually, because it's so easy to catch fish. It beats driving 2.5 hours.
The sunnies were actually pretty big. Some of them very big, actually.
The biggest one that we caught was like that big.
On a rainy day in April of 2003, Jersey City neighbors and students gathered together to clean up Reservoir 3.
I came here to help clean up the area so we can have clean water and stuff.
We are coalescing to clean it up, number one, and to raise awareness for the beauty of a natural spot. And we have a huge group of people who are just working hard to make a difference.
Oh, look at those people! So it was like a lot of garbage, and it's like sad because everybody's throwing it in this place, and it's like a beautiful historic place.
Yeah,
but
it's very beautiful, so we just want to clean it up so everybody can
see it.
Even though we got hurt and dirty, we still had fun. I can't believe like there's a lake in Jersey City.
In 2005, word spread that a school would be built on the site of Reservoir 3. Residents were invited to explore the area.
Save the reservoir!
Well, I used to walk by, I still walk by several times a week and wondered what was up here, but I never knew.
All the materials you have, your natural, the leaves, the twigs, they choose glass. What was that? That's a...
It's the first time at 71 that I ever saw the water. I called my grandchildren on my cell phone and told them to walk down the street, and I took them up a second time.
This is a treasure, and it must be saved.
Right.
I'm all for it.
In May 2006, the city locked the gates to the public. Would Reservoir 3 be preserved or become a ball field?
This is such an outrage that this gate is closed. The city officials are confiscating this public land from the people. They're afraid of people seeing its beauty. They are being obstructionists, and it is really outrageous what they're doing. It is our city, and we just cannot let these visionless city officials steal this away from us and from future generations. Thank you.
This is a real unique spot. For decades it was used as it was one of the first great public works projects in Jersey City, even before the New Deal. This was built when literally they were trying to figure out, we're going to have a city of hundreds of thousands of people. How are we going to make sure that everyone stays alive? How are we going to get a clean water supply to hundreds of thousands of people? And this was one of the first projects of the progressive era where they really figured out how to do that. When it was drained, for a while, it seemed like it was being vandalized, and it seemed that there was not much use. But then something amazing happened. Nature took over, and it showed that if you just give it 15, 20 years, it can create something beautiful. We literally are seeing species of birds and species of plants that we thought had not been here for decades, and they're returning back just because of this one 13-acre plot. I've talked a lot with certain city officials about this, and one of the things they keep saying on this, and a lot of other projects, is you have to compromise. I'm not an absolutist, but one thing I noticed, we have another reservoir over there, Reservoir 2. It was illegally filled in, and they built a ball field there. I think there's the compromise. There are ball fields on Pershing Field. There was the compromise. What we're saying is the remaining few crumbs of historic sites that we have left, don't so callously fill them in or knock them down. Let's just keep the little bit that we have left, and that's the compromise that we're agreeing to. Let's keep these 13 acres of open space intact and natural, because there's nothing else like it in the city or the county. Thank you.
Open the gates! 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 Open the gates!
After the lockout, citizens traveled to City Hall to request the reopening of Reservoir 3 to the public.
Thanks for coming to our rally. It's a great night tonight. We've got a lot of people down here. We've got a bunch of people from the Heights came down in buses, and we have people from all over the city, and it's exciting. We get great publicity. People worked really hard on this, and we're going for it.
With supporters packing the halls of the City Council meeting, Steve Latham requested that the gates of the reservoir be opened once more for the recreation of Jersey City's residents. The Jersey City Council responded with a unanimous vote.
Every year the red oak trees grow up to 2 feet.
Also, the red oak tree can survive in
many types of environments. And it lives for about 2 centuries.
That's mugwort?
Yeah. They say like if you smell it, it has like sort of a parsley smell.
Smells like parsley?
Yeah. And back in the time, they had they used it to make for medical purposes. And they say that if you put it underneath your pillow, it guides your dreams. But the pollen gives you hay fever.
The peach tree, it actually has just 5 leaves on each stem. The peaches, it takes 2 to 4 years for them to start bearing fruit, and then in the springtime is when they start like coming out.
The trees can grow up to like 20 feet usually, maybe 30. It depends on the environment.
We want to congratulate the principals, the teachers, and all the mentors of School 28. We know that you won first prize out of this project here in the Jersey City Reservoir down at the state. And I was told by your principal, the doctor, that you did very, very well nationally, and you're going to come back again next year and do something even better. So we're very proud of you. Keep up the good work, and God bless you all.
To be here at Reservoir 3 especially, with waterfowl in the background, the green spaces, the historical context of this reservoir all being preserved because of the work of the Reservoir Alliance and the work with Mayor Healy and the Jersey City administration to bring it all together and put it forward. Now what we need is funding to really open this up and make it a park that people can enjoy. Parks in the urban centers are the most important parks because that's where the people are. People are in the urban centers. There are thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people here in Hudson County and Bergen County and Essex County that may never get to see Yellowstone or Glacier National Park, but when they come to a place like the Reservoir, or when they come to a place like Liberty State Park or to the Meadowlands, that's their Yellowstone. That is their place where they go out to be with nature. That's the place where they go out to enjoy the outdoors, where they go out for family recreation and for group tours. Coming into the urban center with the Green Acres program is the most important aspect of the entire Green Acres, the entire Conservation Trust process, because if we can't preserve open space where the people are, it's going to become harder and harder over time for people to get to those open spaces.